Coach, just your overall thoughts on this game from where you were at down by the bench.
Yeah, every night in this league we talk about it. You got to show up. You got to be ready to play. Again, Wyoming's a top 100 net team. They're a good team. They win games. They play hard. They make shots. They hit some big ones down the stretch. That 3x35 was huge after we had gotten the momentum, gotten a 2-point lead. That one really hurt. Picking pot fives. FA, it's a tough matchup for him. And usually he capitalizes on the offensive end. Today, unfortunately, he couldn't capitalize enough down there to offset, the five-man floating on the floor.
It started out slow, and it probably didn't have the pace or rhythm that you wanted right out of the gates. But then you had that defensive stretch where it looked like you were getting your bearings, but it just didn't turn the game around. And why do you feel like defense wasn't turning into offense?
Yeah, I think the numbers, speak a lot. We had, some guys scared to shoot. They were open on some penetrating threes, and they were scared to shoot it. We had some guys that, didn't rebound the basketball. We had some guys that didn't get 50-50 balls that you have to get to win in February. And then, we had some guys not strong with the ball. And when you're not strong with the ball, you get turnovers, and that led to a majority of their points in that first half. But, again, those are a lot of plays that boil down to aggressiveness and toughness. We use that word a lot. And so you got to get 50-50 balls in February. You got to out-rebound teams in February, and you got to not turn the ball over in February. And we lacked in those three tonight.
Coach, talk a little bit about your bench. Only 2 points off the bench. Didn't get a lot from the guys, and you played Dusty and Wilhelm quite a bit. What did you make of the bench play in this one?
Yeah, disappointing. 34-2 is not good. You're not going to win games that way. Again, these are players that need to come in and play better for us. They need to make shots. They need to impact winning plays. They need to get 50-50 balls. A lot of things out there that didn't happen tonight that you need. And that's not just the points, but it's the other things out there that you need to be able to win games in February.
Took the lead with 4:21 to go, and Nana Usunane had the 2 free throws and had just put them in the double bonus. What do you feel like transpired over the last 4 minutes?
Well,
he had like 7 empty
they hit the
possessions.
3. They brought in 35 to pick and pop, and FA done a decent job on him. I think at the time he's maybe 2 for 6 on the game, something like that. And, I got to go back and look at our coverage. We had his coverage, though, that he wasn't supposed to get loose. And unfortunately, for us, he made a big 3 for him, and that kind of just shifted momentum back to them.
Coach, you have to go back and watch the tape to see 9 turnovers in the first half. You got it down to 6, but 15 turnovers over with it. Seemed like they were just kind of loose turnovers, not a lot of pressure.
Yeah. We had on the board before the game, be strong with the ball. And unfortunately, in that first half, we had 9 turnovers that basically they just took the ball out of our hands. We either just dribbled it right to them or they swiped down and took our ball. Again, can't beat good teams when you're not strong with the ball. Can't turn it over that many times.
Was this the fear that you have, coming off the high of winning at San Diego State, that they wouldn't look at Wyoming in the same way with the same approach?
Yeah, we talked about it before the game about, consistency with this group. And, I would like to say that, we've reached a consistent level. But I really thought tonight, like I told you before the game, I thought it was going to be a big test to see if we were going to be that consistent team that we could do it 3 times in a row. And, we did it 2 road games in a row. We come back home and we don't do what we did on the road the last 2 games. And man, we've talked about it since November with you guys.
Yep.
And so we got a great crowd. I mean, it's so fun to be in here and play. Sometimes you need a gut check. Sometimes you need a heart check to get rebounds, to get 50-50 balls, to be strong with the ball. Got to do that February and March.
Coach, thanks for the time. We'll see you back here at UNLV next week.
Thanks, those fans.